Ray. What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Chapter 2, The Subconscious Mind. Quote, "Our life is what our thoughts have made of it." Marcus Aurelius. One of the greatest mysteries of our mental faculties is that of our subconscious mind. As our awareness is outwardly focused, it has no perception of its interacting counterpart functioning below the threshold of its horizon. Conjointly, conscious and subconscious form a single, unified faculty or mind. Modern science is now discovering these secrets that have been hidden to all but the greatest contemplative sages of the world who observe their function in the deepest silence of direct knowing. It is awesome that this elusive faculty spontaneously records the total experience of our lives. There are numerous documented accounts of those confronting their final exits from accidents, near drowning, surgery, and the like, who unexpectedly recovered and told of having either reviewed or re-experienced all aspects of their entire lives, complete with the emotion. The traumatic survival alert causes powerful stimulants to be released into the organism that unite the subconscious with the conscious. The myriad encoded imprints from our past, from benign to alarming, interacting in this mysterious repository, are the source of our character, moods, personalities, and the ongoing quality of our experience. Those prone to sickness, accident, and failure continue to act out their unconscious and unhealthy self-programming. Sri Yukteswarji, the East Indian enlightened spiritual teacher, wrote, "You have made yourself unwell. You indispose yourself. It is your thoughts that have made you feel alternately weak and strong. Yes, my dear, to the degree of your thoughts are in harmony with the natural ebb and flow of life, we are healthy, well-balanced, and peaceful. Conversely, our suffering is the result of thoughts in discord." Such basic and essential knowledge will one day be taught in the early years of school. It could be rightly said that the quality of our unconscious programming stored away in the vast archives of our subconscious mind is the quality of our person, our present, and our future. Happily, the opportunity is always present for us to become masters of our fate by a discipline of regrooming our thought patterns. It is a simple process and can be accomplished within a few weeks without assistance. No one need know of your practice. All that is required is from 15 to 30 minutes a day of constructive and pleasant imaginal experience until all your thoughts are of a positive and enhanced nature. We should not try to stop during something undesirable, for our attention will further energize and sustain it. We should replace it with a healthy and desirable thought pattern. Generally, we associate the conscious level of our mind together with our body as being our whole person. We have notions about a subconscious, but for the most part we are unaware that our perception and the knowledge we have acquired are but the smallest part of our mind. As with all our other aspects of our being, our mind is multi-tiered. The conscious aspect is similar to the visible surface of the iceberg, while the main body is below the level of our perception. Just as it is not necessary to be a mechanic to drive a car, neither is it required to know more about our subconscious mind than is useful to succeed with our purpose. We do not usually consider its function in connection with our desires, but it would be wise to keep in mind that it records all our mental and emotional experience just as impersonally as a camera and a recorder, that it has an automatic replay that works independently of our perception, and that our present experience or its equivalent was recorded earlier. Reprogramming our subconscious is a great way to free ourselves from an undesirable habit or to establish a new one. If it is your desire to stop smoking, over-drinking, overspending, or gambling, for example, it is unwise to try to succeed by willpower, which causes stress and discomfort and is less likely to be effective. The same is true for over or under-eating, over or overacting, or any other undesirable habit. Willpower is not the best way. As stated elsewhere, everything has its price, and in this regard, it is a very small indeed to spend as little as a few minutes a day to program your subconscious with that which is desirable. But the exercise should be regular and at the same time if possible. It is helpful to note on a calendar or write in a book each time you complete your mental exercises, as the visible record of your investment in time builds confidence in your discipline and adds energy to your project. In all your practice, be sure to check and recheck your attitude and be certain that you are viewing your accomplishments as already present. and that your imaginal experience is of that which would naturally follow. Your programming must begin at the end result. You must stand on the foundation of its having already occurred, then embody the great feeling this would invoke and sustain it throughout your silent practice time. You will amaze yourself with one achievement after another, all rooted in integrity and all enriching your life. Verse: whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is gracious, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Philippians 4:8. End of chapter. Chapter 3. Sports. Verse: you cannot fail if you see yourself as successful. John Scott. Are you a golfer, bowler, or tennis buff? Are you involved in any active sport? If so, and if you are not already using the creative process in your game, someone else will be, and this will give them an enormous advantage. So come closer and listen carefully to what which the wisest of men have said about the laws of the mind. All fulfillment of our desires must pass through the gates of imagination. There is no other entrance. If we would improve our game, it is essential that we open our mind to the creative powers at our disposal. We can never achieve our highest potential if we depend only upon our intellect and its limited knowledge. It is not unlike a great airport with its thoughts arriving and taking off in all directions. Even at best, it is sensitive to myriad distractions and is unable to access perfectly every changing situation and follow through with reliable accuracy. Miraculously, we have powers that can do precisely that. Sportsmen of the Far East, certainly the winners, have known and practiced for many centuries some form of silent time, in which they rehearsed in the creative powers of imagination not how to improve their skill, but winning the game. The great sages became great not through intellectual brilliance, but by disciplined silence, which has access to all knowledge. As the result of their profound insight into the cause of things, they taught their followers the mental discipline of fixing their attention upon the ultimate fulfillment of their desire. Experience it over and over again in their imagination until it becomes strongly imprinted in their subconscious mind. The greatest motivating force is desire, and the greatest implementing force is imagination. This activates the creative force in its own likeness. So what is the ultimate of your desire? Is it not the way you hit the ball or any other single aspect of your game? It is winning the game. This is the ultimate goal, and this should be the single, one-pointed focus of your attention. By rehearsing the ultimate, you are self-programming your subconscious mind to perform in consistent perfection, whatever the circumstance. The conscious mind is not capable of all that is encompassed in such accuracy, but the subconscious, which has no faculty of reason or logic, performs its natural function of recording our imaginal experience in the degree of energy and emotion with which we have endowed it. When by repetition of our practice this subliminal experience is sufficiently charged and energized, when it has become a strongly imprinted habit pattern, it is the nature of the subconscious to project this mental blueprint into the outer world of our experience. This is the process and source of all our experience, though most of it is initiated unconsciously. Here it is shown how to set in motion those causes which will result in our desired effect. Your silent practice should consist of happy variations on a single theme of winning the game, and you will achieve your purpose sooner if you observe two vitally important ingredients in the formula for success. 1. Rehearse all silent practice in the highest joy of which you are capable. 2. Begin at the ultimate by assuming that your desire is already realized. You have already won the game or tournament and are now joyfully celebrating your victory. If there is a trophy, touch it in your mind. Feel its substance, its weight, its reality. If it is a check, visualize it in your mind's eye, the clear figures beside the dollar sign. Feel its texture, sense the explosion of excitement. Shake the hand from which it was offered, hear the applause and the raves. See it on the printed page, hear the voices of your friends confirming your victory, and watch it on TV. In this subjective practice of winning, you will activate higher laws beyond the reach of knowledge and reason. You will transcend the hit and miss of conscious effort and vibrate on the plains of victory. One of the few greatest chess players in the world, Alexander Akin, vanquished his opponents with unequaled diversity and manipulation and was able to play a couple of dozen adversaries simultaneously and win. This was due not only to playing the game in his mind, which is common practice, but the fact that he regularly rehearsed winning in his mind. Alex Morrison, renowned golf pro, taught his pupils to golf mentally in their easy chairs. Doing so, Lou Lohr broke 90 for the first time with no outside practice at all. Verse, "Science does not know its debt to imagination." Ralph Waldo Emerson. End of chapter.